How am I doing? All right? Thank you. What a great honor to know my great glory. Yes?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, we're going to turn it up.
Conspicuous. Just turn up the volume.
Hello. Hello? Hi. Thank you for coming. What an honor to know my great glory, my publisher, and Dan Wheat. I love you like my brothers. And thank you, everybody. Some of my students are here, and some of my friends. My good buddy Alex and my Kara is here. Thank you very much. Very honored. You know, we are, even as embryos, we are surrounded by lyrical music. I like to describe the woman as a cathedral of sounds when the embryo is in there and there's the heartbeat. Imagine being in there and listening to a heart, and then the blood rushing like a waterfall, you know, and the lungs working, and maybe burping, and the little guy's going, whoa, you know. And so we are pre-programmed as musical creatures, and we naturally sing and play music and write lyrical poetry. I came to America because my mother was clairvoyant. She had a vision that if she brought me here, something wonderful would happen. And here I am with the Manhattan Bagel. It's like Peter Noon was singing, you know, behind the family pharmacy, and he said, "All my life I wanted to sing the parking lot behind family." You know, forget Madison Square Garden. And I have a number of books here. These are journals that we publish in Middlesex County College, and I have some of my books. You can, if you buy them, if you can afford $10 or less, my great glory is going to give the money to the Soul Kitchen, Bon Jovi's. So if you can afford $10 each or less, it's fine. The journals are free, but if you want to give a buck, it's okay. Other than that, I have this book called Navota, Once Upon a Time, which is in 3 languages, Sicilian, Italian, and English illustrations. And my cartwheel to the moon. Maybe you give a few extra bucks for that, okay? Just, if you want to buy them, give Greg the money and he'll give them to John Bon Jovi, you know? Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
Next barbecue.
Yeah.
Right away.
I even have a pre-copy of the new book, Knowing the Moment. And, it's a beautiful little thing here. Thank you very much. I love Long Branch, and having been appointed Poet Laureate at Long Branch the whole thing has been a miracle, Dan. You know, but what I realized is that when I was reading an English page, I understood that I knew half the language already. I knew what the word rapid meant, and none of my English-speaking classmates knew. So I realized that I know the Latin language. I had to learn the Anglo-Saxon monosyllabic. I had to learn quick and fast. And at that point, I was home free. I could read English even though I didn't know what the heck I was reading. And I understood. It was a wonderful thing, and I read all the time. I read science fiction and fantasy like crazy. Frank Herbert, C.S. Lewis, Tolkien. Dunes by Frank Herbert. It was a wonderful one. And I studied at Adelphi. I took 76 credits in English. Everything except journalism. 36 at NYU, I was dipped into the English language. You know, it's a great language to write in. The robin, redbreast, and the wren. That is the nut of English literature. The robin, redbreast, and the wren. Even if you don't know what they're talking about. Season of mist and mellow fruitfulness. Who cares what it means? It's like organ music. You know? I'm going to read a couple of poems from Knowing the Moment. This is a poem that Dan Weeks is going to publish in this Broken Shore, the next issue. When a poet is over an experience when a woman rejects him, or when it's over, he will throw it into the universe. In time, you'll be like Sicily, a memory sounded in the blood and sand, old bridges used only by doves, fields squared by stone walls, and grass that hides lovers, that sings, dry riverbeds, brooks too cold to wade in, and the mountains like hearts, iris among the olive trees, poppies strewn in strawberry groves, oceans of oranges below Mount Etna, caved-in belly mounds and cypresses and broken-winged monuments, small deer with those large eyes. And this is the knowing the moment. I liked your last poem, you said, but you couldn't recall a line, a word, a whisper of its sense. Fair enough. Let poetry be the pebble that, like love, stirs the lake and sinks into silences. It's somewhere down there. Dan Zimmerman used to say, poetry gets them when they're sleeping. Knowing you later that day, you must have thought it over and whispered to a bird singing on your birch. Let poetry be the wind that packs your small feathers. Then knowing how all changes, you put me and poetry away and fed sweet grain to the bird. You are a life giver, knowing that moment ends in moment, that the heart keeps the image of love alive in silences. Where did this stuff come from? I take no credit for it, I just thank God. I had the honor of being asked to write a poem for Mayor Schneider's inauguration, God bless him, for appointing me Poet Laureate. For Adam Schneider on his inauguration as mayor of Long Branch, the scent of musty earth, life deep along the ocean, as brine and newly dug dirt enrich the air, the boardwalk awakening to life. The western sun in late afternoon shoots into breaking waves, spinning rainbows. Less strident the seagulls, praising the renewal as on the seventh day Adam, our first citizen, rests briefly, ready to carry on. One of his children cracked up at that and said, "My papa's first citizen." And this poem is written in honor of Stianax, the son of Hector. It's always been in my heart for some reason, a little boy. I loosen the scarves of the sun, and across the thousands of years, I'll hold you in your flight, Astyanax, little boy. Your father, honor-hearted Hector, took off his helmet, all his war gear to end your fear before he could hold you in his arms and run to war. It's a very touching moment when he kneels and he takes his hat off because he wants to hug his little boy. Let me stand straight below where your small body is heading. Cruel, the Greeks in victory. I let you fall and catch you in my arms, and we both roll, and in the dark of night and earth slip into the river. I save you, dear boy. There has been too much killing. This poem breaks my heart. I know I have told by sobbing my little head off. I don't know why. Love is the mouth that tears rind, that chews pulp and sucks juices. Love is the mouth that swallows seeds, And love is the mouth that bitches an orange bit stuck in its teeth. Thanks for putting it in the back rubber, Mike Laurie. He's something, isn't he? Oh, gosh. This is a poem I wrote to Kara quite a while back. At night I make an ocean of your name and swim in it. And in those waters darkness becomes a greater light. The farther down I swim, the brighter it gets. Stars flare until the bottom itself becomes a magnet that draws blue lava out. And I, transmuting dolphins, swim till I become water, till I become blue lava, light. This is a good little book. Hope we sell many copies. This is from my book, Harvest. And I'm going to read the first poem, which Dan Weeks referred to when he reviewed the book. Right across from Ray's Restaurant. Remember Ray's Restaurant used to be right by North Bath Avenue on the boardwalk? There used to be berries there before the Sandy Nightmare, and I used to go to pick them, harvest them. It's called Harvest. In early August, the first berries are burst black, small grape clusters along the Jersey shore, here in the high dunes of Long Branch. I harvest a bunch, some 30 ripe ones after the thick rain. How are the berries? Asks a walker from the boardwalk. Juicy, a few. Good, he answers and walks on. The next worker grimaces. His wife holds him back by the arm. Are they safe to eat? I reach up, hand him a few. He puts one in his mouth, spits it out. His wife pulls him away. At dawn, I'll harvest the next batch. The night will ripen. Could be a metaphor for poetry, remember? John Keats said, if you burn my poems in the morning, I'm still going to write them at night. And then, of course, they went to Stop and Shop and blew $5 on 6 poison berries. You know. May windstorm in Long Branch. A few large white seagulls, 4 or 5. I got that from Emily Dickinson, my glory. A few birds, 1 or 2. You got to steal, you might as well steal from her or Walt Whitman. Fly low over the ocean. Through the waves, rise like planes, then give into the air. 2 sparrows, small bullets, shoot out south. The boardwalk cedar planks at half dry, licked by the wind's dry tongue. The young flowerless tulip bends its thin branches, and the long leaves dance and sing. It is all joy in the thundering ocean. Kara and I were walking this morning, taking the dog out, and it looked like there was a mountain at the end of did you see that? It was incredible. It looked like a lake. The cloud just went straight up. It was an amazing view. 6 in the morning. This one, it's called No More. No more lesser light washing the ocean white. Remember in the old days the moon was called a lesser light. No more lesser light washing the ocean white. No more noonday flood. No more rain swelling grass green. No more nights made wild by your bird's song. Oh, my child. Yeah, I should read like Robert Frost. You know, he read like he was reading newspaper articles. And he said, if I read the way I feel, I would melt, just dissolve. I think he overdid it. couple of poems from the Silver Lake Law Poems, written from a woman's point of view. Thanks to Dr. Bhatia at Alpha University in the 60s. He would say, write like you're a woman. I said, what do you mean? But, just go in the corner and write the damn poem. You can't do that nowadays in college. Treasure the divine in you, the silences, the look at the stars. The lonely ocean swims at dawn, your morning music. Pavarotti singing Christmas songs in May. Your bare feet on linoleum. That's divinity for a poet. You know, the real cathedral is nature itself, right, Daniel? Yes? Going back to Jefferson. It's an amazing, this life thing is just amazing. Walking down along the North Star in the dark, geese gossip, ice amoebas across causeways, deer in vacant lot. The moon only a half person is falling down in his back. What? Of course, if you put two horns, it's a gondola. But that's an interesting image. The moon, half person. And she writes, I write with your pen in your apartment. Why do I feel so free and relaxed here? The sea, you, everything is bleached white by the sun and sky and sea. What a sunrise, mare's tails in the sky. And a rainbow smudge in one of the clouds right out of this window, a covenant, maybe a blessing. This is a self-portrait. My cousin, who's a genius, Frank Berchilia, you can check him out at the computers, came up with this beautiful cover.